bilingualism and multilingualism are. Bilingualism, according to Bluefield, is having a native-like capacity to speak two languages, fluent in one language and creating new sentences in the non-native one. According to Blucher and Hakuta, we also must consider the communicative ability, listening, reading, speaking, and writing, and the language components like grammar, vocabulary, graphology, and phonology. On the other hand, the multilingualism is the capacity to talk three or more languages. Let's continue with the dimensions of bilingualism. We have to take into account different factors such as social and cultural context and type of situation, among other factors. We have the societal bilingualism, countries that speak two or more languages in a daily basis. Individual bilingualism, people make decisions on language use and display various levels of ability, taking into consideration both the target language and the language that is communicating to. The language ability is divided in four skills that are also classified in receptive skills that are the listening and reading, and the productive skills that are the speaking and the writing. Let's continue with our classmate, Sebastian.
Thank you, Diana. So, in this moment, I'm going to talk about trans languages. For me, trans language, for us, trans language is a way to equitable bilingual education. But first of all, it's important to define what is trans language. The word is when people use multiple languages together, blending them naturally to communicate more effectively. When considering bilingual education from a social critical perspective, we must acknowledge key factors. First, we should recognize the student's full language repertoire rather than viewing them through the lens of a single first language. Secondly, we need to shift our approach to language instruction toward embracing languages. This allows the student to utilize all their linguistic abilities fluently and creatively, breaking free from colonial language hierarchies. And finally, it's crucial to integrate these changes into the education system. This means training teachers to understand and support translanguage practices, revising curriculum to reflect linguistic diversity, and advocating for policies that promote inclusive language education. But my friend is going to continue with this part. Thank you, man.
Okay. In bilingual education, embracing translanguaging means going beyond teaching languages separately and creating an environment where students are encouraged to use all their languages interchangeably. This helps students to understand both languages better and use them more naturally. Moreover, the constructing named languages challenges the idea that languages have fixed rules and boundaries. Instead, it recognizes that languages have many different elements and can blend together. This view acknowledges that languages are influenced by history and society, and they often mix and change over time. Besides, this helps teachers focus on how languages are used in real life situations rather than sticking to rigid rules. By doing this, teachers can create more inclusive environment where students feel confident using their languages in different contexts. Therefore, by understanding that languages are flexible and interconnected, educators can better support bilingual students in improving their language skills and cultural understanding. Now, let's continue with our partner, Daniel.
Thanks. Something that we consider should be evaluated is the way English have been taught. That is, foreign language education has been constructed as the teaching of a separate alien language that belongs to a distant nation with a distinct culture. If we think about that, we should be teaching a foreign language as something possible to reach and show places where the language is spoken as something possible to visit or know. Also, something that should be redefined as Cox 2016 argues that bilingual cannot be considered simple two monolinguals in one. We as English teachers should understand how the L1 forms part of the learning of an L2. and changes absolute our way to see the world. Also, Grinchinghan 1982 mentions that bilingual and multilingual are unique and are much more than the sum of two languages. So, this is a concept that should be integrated depending on how people see or experience the English learning process. Well, thank you so much for watching us.